Today, we're going to take you into the heart of one of America's remarkable landscapes. We're going to Death Valley National Park. We've had previous winter visits to this park and they were mesmerizing, but this spring, a new chapter unfolded before our eyes. Today, we're going to take you through our trip. We're going to talk about the experiences we had and discuss what makes this park a special place during springtime.
Death Valley National Park, located in Eastern California, is very diverse. It has a fascinating landscape and is filled with adventure and wonder. Established in 1994, it covers over 3.4 million acres of land, making it the largest national park in the United States outside of Alaska. Its name may evoke images of death and desolation, but far from it. Don't let that deceive you. This park is teeming with immense desert beauty, so much life in it, and the history is amazing. The unique geography of Death Valley makes it a must-visit for travelers. It sits below sea level, making it the lowest point in North America. Its extreme desert climate also contributes to its otherworldly type characteristics, and it creates a harsh and breathtaking and a beautiful landscape.
As I noted earlier, our prior visits to this national park have been during the winter time. And Death Valley could be pretty cold during winter with temperatures dropping below freezing at night. However, the park transforms into a vibrant and colorful wonderland in the spring, and that's a spectacle we just were able to witness last week, and just amazing. The desert comes to life as wildflowers bloom against a backdrop of rugged mountains and sand dunes. The moderate temperatures during spring also make it more comfortable to explore the park's many attractions, such as Badwater Basin, which Julie, you just mentioned, is the lowest point in North America. Spring is also the perfect time to hike through canyons, stroll along the salt flats, and witness stunning sunsets over the desert landscape. We just came from the Furnace Creek Visitor Center at Death Valley, where we purchased, maybe for the last time ever, what do we get?
Hopefully, if we don't lose it.
Our National Park Pass, and this is when you get to a certain age, instead of having to buy one of these every single year, which we've done for
many years,
most of our lives, at this point, this is a one and done, and it's a lifetime pass for being a senior.
For a national parks and federal recreation land pass.
Yeah. So a nice deal once you hit age 62.
Yeah, there are benefits.
There are some perks. That's one of the perks. And just the person who signs for it has to be present to use it. But we are good to go. And this is good because we are here to visit Death Valley this week. And just in a couple of months, we're scheduled to go to several national park places in Northern California, Southern Oregon, and Sequoia National Park as well. So we'll be using this from here on out.
And it's a very treasured card because if you lose it, you have to pay again. They have no record that you purchased this.
Yeah.
So there's no database. They can't look it up and say, oh yeah, you purchased one. So it's a very precious card.
Yeah, so we've got that. We've got our car pass to display on our car while we're in the park. And it's time to go explore. I think first stop is going to be Badwater Basin and see what it looks like after the recent rains. Yep. Off we go. Yep. And we saw some things that we've seen previously, but they just took on a whole new dimension during springtime. So we're going to start with Badwater Basin, and it turned into a spring oasis during our visit. Now, this is one of the top attractions in Death Valley National Park, especially during the springtime. It's a vast salt flat. It sits 282 feet below sea level, and it's a sight you don't want to miss. We were lucky to witness an unusual phenomenon, water in the basin. And apparently this only happens once every few years, and maybe even if that. During our visit, the basin was filled with water, creating this remarkable oasis in the middle of the desert. As we were driving down the mountain, It looked like a sea, it looked like a lake with colors of blue and green that you could see for miles away. Again, we've been to Death Valley several times. We've always gone to Badwater Basin, have never seen anything that looked like this before. And talking to some of the locals there, we talked to one guy who's been there for 12 years. I think he said this is like the first time he's ever seen it look quite like this.
Yeah.
We've just made the drive from the Furnace Creek Visitor Center to Badwater Basin. On the drive in, the landscape looked green and blue. We're going to go check this out, but there is a lot of water, it looks like, still in the basin, something that we've never seen on trips here before. So we're going to go check it out.
Do you see this? As you're looking out towards the basin area and all the water, there's this hue of colors that starts out with a gray blue into a green, and there's this yellow edging, and it's gorgeous. Look.
Looks like snow.
It's like salt.
Looks like salt.
Yes.
From a distance, I do think it looks like snow, but it sure ain't.
Very grainy. Salt, like wet salt. Very cool. Now I have salt all over my hands. You might be damaging your eyes right now.
All right, so I mentioned a little while ago that the landscape here at Badwater looks like it's snow covered, it's salt, but similar to when you're out in the snow and you wear sunglasses. I mean, I'm out here, I left my sunglasses in the car.
I was ready for the beach.
And the glare is almost painful. So if you come out here,
Have sunglasses.
yeah, especially like later in the day, sunglasses are very much recommended. Yes. Also recommend come out here earlier in the morning, because when we've done that before, there's like nobody here.
Yep.
Best time to visit.
Yep. There's lots of people with their shoes off going in the water. It's warm today. We're on April 2nd.
Yeah.
And there's snow in the mountains. And down in this valley, it's hitting almost 80.
85 at least.
85 is a high. Yeah, so it's probably there now.
And for some reason, to me, I mean, it feels even warmer than that.
Well, you got lots of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wore the long sleeve, but... Uh-oh. Thanks for noticing that.
Where does it go? Was it in here?
Yeah, just stick it in there. Wow. Thank you. I did wear the long sleeve today because I knew we were going to be out in the sun, so it kind of helps with the sun protection.
Yeah.
And it's light, very light.
You're getting looks though.
What?
Your vest and your camera.
Oh. All right. Apparently I'm sticking out. Some people look like they're dressed for the beach. I don't know what the hell I'm dressed for. I'm dressed for making a video for you and for us in Death Valley. So I got I've talked about this before, I have my camera vest. So I can keep my GoPro in here, my iPod stick and microphone goes in here. I've got the big camera here. So I'm prepared for, that's what I'm prepared for. And long sleeves to keep the sun off of me. And I don't care what people say.
And the hat.
And the hat. But I forgot my sunglasses.
And me? Short sleeve, no sunscreen. I should have sunscreen. My hat, sunglasses. My hiker boots.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, and now I've got a site that we've never seen. We've been here several times, but this has always been, every time we visited here, dry, desolate. There's water here. There's people in the water.
Yeah.
Death Valley National Park, Badwater Basin.
Yep.
A site that is rare. Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
they've had
it is
more rain, I think, this past year than what they've had in quite a while. They
The
had,
flooding has actually closed the park down.
yeah, a lot of roads damaged.
Yeah.
There was like, I think, one day here where they received as much rain, if not more, than they typically
Right.
get in Death Valley in an entire year.
The entire year, yep.
And the remnants of that with the water are still here.
Yeah.
And this reminds me a little bit, we went just a couple months ago to Salton Sea.
Yeah,
This reminds me a little bit of
it does.
that.
It does. Different shoreline,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And no bird, not as many birds.
no birds.
No, because it's gonna, all this is all gonna evaporate and leave us more salt, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
So very unusual scenery here at Badwater Basin. We're in April, early April. There's snow in the mountains. There is water in Badwater Basin, even though it's called Badwater Basin. As much water as is here. Seems very unusual. Quite a sight to check out. And it's bringing in, just like us, people to check this out. Just a few weeks ago, there was so much water here that people were actually kayaking in Badwater Basin. So not something that happens very often. Very cool sight.
It's harder.
Oh.
It was actually quite higher at the water level a few weeks
Yeah.
before we got there.
Yeah,
Due
so-
to some weather phenomena.
Yeah, so after Hurricane Hillary a few months ago, the basin filled with water and it created this shallow lake. And at its largest expanse, this temporary lake measured 7 miles long, 4 miles wide, and 2 feet deep. And park rangers expected the water to be gone by last October. And there was still water in the basin as of when we're recording this, April 2024.
This was such an unusual phenomena. I mean, we were very blessed to be able to see it. But regardless of water in the basin or not, it's still an incredible sight to see.
Look at all that salt. I just put my hand in the water and there's salt everywhere. It's got to be the salty.
Oh, from the water?
Yes, this is from the water.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know if it comes out like on the video, but yeah, your hands they're like white caked.
yeah.
So apparently we have a health moment brought to you by Julie. What's going on?
See these
Well,
feet? They use salt for abrasion for, dead skin. And apparently I'm getting a nice good abrasion on my feet right now because I feel it.
odds are, I believe, that when you go to Death Valley, you'll probably see less water than the experience provided in 2024. But you never know. This was a very unusual year, but then again, the year before was an unusual year as well, and we're living in unusual times, so who knows? But we did have a spectacular sight to see during our visit.
This road
Yeah.
goes beyond Badwater. There's nothing. There's something called Ashford Mill Ruins. That's it. And then it turns and goes to the Shoshone, the city of Shoshone. So there's nothing there. I don't know. We might, when we're ready, we'll just turn around and go on.
The prior visits we've had to Badwater Basin. We've always driven to the basin and then turned back toward the visitor center. We've never went beyond, and there is a road that goes beyond, so we're checking out some of that today. And I didn't realize that the basin itself just continues for, a long way, far as the eye can see, just about. But yeah, as you pointed out, Julie, I guess there's not a lot. There's some, ruin?
Ashford Mill.
Ashford Mill ruin. If you drove for quite a while, we're probably not going to go that far. But if you want to do some adventuring, this road is one of your additional options for you. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to see our future videos and hit the like button. We appreciate it. Happy traveling, and we hope to see you at the places where we go.